Morris, and of course, DC reporting live from the pipe. Craig, from Danny Cass to Sean White to Ayumu Hirano, this event has produced some of the most legendary moments in X Games history.
Those are some legendary stars, and we have many more stars in this field. One I want to highlight, Scotty James. Let's take a look at his 2017 run.
Making his 6th X Games appearance, the Aussie, Scotty James, who's coming in hot.
Pow! That's how you start a final, ladies and gentlemen.
21 feet 8 inches.
Single front side 9 and a whoa!
Scotty James wins his first ever X Games gold medal. So Craig, that was 2 years ago. He had a run last year that blew our minds, scored a 98 overall. That was only good enough for a silver.
That's scary. If you're sitting at a 98 and you're getting a silver, I don't know what more you can do.
Well, Scotty's been so dominant, but I love the look of this field. So many heavy hitters, including the return of Danny Davis.
I also like number 9, Ben Ferguson. Those two All-Americans are going to be putting on quite the show tonight, Brando.
Pipe in absolute pristine condition. So let's set it off here on our 4th and final night of X Games Aspen 2019. Here's Pat Bergner making his 3rd X Games appearance, yet to find the podium, though, in his X career.
Is tonight going to be the night he climbs atop one of those 3 spots? I had a chance to talk to him in the athlete lounge just moments before this final. He was loose, he was relaxed, he was ready to go. And he's looking great in run 1 here, Brando. Back to back 1080s. It almost looked like he was going to go switch double crippler on that second hit, which would have my jaw on the floor. And wow.
Never easy to be the first rider, we always say it, to drop in on a final, especially with a list like this. We know what Pat's capable of. We saw the amplitude right out the gate.
Here's a good look, switch takeoff. He's going for a cab 1080, but it almost looks like he holds it at switch double crippler. Chase Josie, who you will see later, he has one of those in his run. But Pat Bergner need a little bit more rotation and a little less flip.
So his score coming in at a 34.33. He'll get 2 more attempts because that's the way the format works out here tonight, Craig.
10 riders in this final, 3 runs, best run counts. The judging is scored out of 100. Obviously 100 would be a perfect score. They want to see you go big. They want to see you be technical. And they want to see perfect execution.
Here now, the youngest rider in our field, 17 years old, making his X Games debut, Yuto Tatsuka.
At only 17, he's got his head on straight. He works so hard in the gym, getting his mind and body locked in. I love this quote from him. Mind and body are not separate things. He trains both so very hard so he can go absolutely yard.
Yuto
setting the amplitude bar almost unreachable. We just got a full pull there, Brando.
Okay, hold on a second. You're 17 years old.
Yep.
You've never competed at the X Games.
Yep.
You're the 2nd rider to drop in this marquee final. And you stomp that run out?
I'm talking about mind and body quotes here, and Yuto is just showing us how it is done. What a stylish frontside 540. Grabbing stale fish right there. Massive tail grab 1080. That is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about amplitude. Sustaining the amplitude throughout the entirety of the run, and that gets you a 90. Wow!
Oh my goodness, a 90. Let's head down to DC for a report from the pipe.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, well, as you can see, this pipe is running plenty fast as Yuto Tatsuka there blasting 14 feet and 11 inches out on his highest hit of that run. Talked to Danny Davis as well. He said it is smooth and rippable. Pat Bergner said this is the best the pipe's been all week. Guys, we have the stage set for an amazing show tonight. Back to you.
Thank you, DC. Yes, bodes well for the night for sure. Here's Chase Josie out of Sun Valley, Idaho. Now, this is a guy who's hovered around the podium. 2 back-to-back 4th place finishes.
I want to take a look at this switch 540. So Chase Josie is left foot forward. He has started his run off with 2 switch hits. Switch 540, switch Michael Chuck into that cab double 1080, frontside 900. And there's the double Michael Chuck. Canadian snowboarder Mike Michalchuk, but that is what undoes this run for Chase Josie. I love how he starts this thing. Switch 540, and he does it pretty big. Into a switch Michalchuk, the technical nuances of that would take me maybe 3 to 4 hours to explain, Brandon. We just don't have enough time.
Yeah, switch times switch equals switch.
Yeah, I'm not good at math, but I'm gonna take your word for it.
Just tech prowess put on display. Too bad he wasn't able to finish that run out 37.66. But of course, he'll get a couple more attempts. Really excited to introduce this man and his coat back to Aspen. Yuri Podlachikov, 30 years old, been so dominant, has never won X Games gold. Of course, a terrible fall last year. Trimmed his X Games early, but he's back.
And he is boosting frontside double cork 1080, cab double 1080 right there. Natural way of riding is right foot forward as he takes off on that frontside 900. The backside 9, and interesting strategy. You could see him really think about taking one more hit, and that was where he went down so violently last year. Opts out of it here, opting for maybe one less hit, but a full pull.
Again, back to last year, obviously a terrible fall, and we were thinking about him, and he was able to heal up, and he's been a little under the radar, competing here and there. He's fully healthy. He seems to have a great run. 3 silver medals in this event, though. Has never been able to get over onto that top spot. What does Yuri need here?
Well, he needs something much stronger than a 78.33.
Danny Davis there has some of the most unmistakable style in snowboarding. Let's hear what inspires him in the Pacifico. Discover more.
I started doing snowboard contests when I was probably 12. I did low-level contests all the way to X Games, Grand Prix, Dew Tours. I don't think it's just transition that I fell in love with as a snowboarder. I think it was everything, but that tranny finding where you almost have no impact. The finesse and sort of the technicality that it takes to ride transition. I find that very interesting and very fun. Where my heart is really starting to lie is in exploration and finding some mountain ranges around the world that I haven't been to yet. People say, oh, you're a half-pipe rider. I hate that. I just want to be a snowboarder. I want to be known for riding everything. That's my focus now, and it seems clearer than ever.
A year removed from a torn MCL. We didn't see him last year. He's won this event twice, and he's done it differently than probably anybody else in this field.
Danny Davis, pardon me, doesn't attack the pipe. He's not going to go infinitely bigger than everybody else. He's not going to maybe do back-to-back double cork 1260s or something like that. How he is going to get on the podium is creativity and technicality. He will do switch tricks that nobody else is doing, and let's see what he has got for us in run 1 of 3 here, Brandon.
Spin to win is not in his repertoire.
It's a refreshing take at the half pipe, if you will. Left foot forward. Backside 360. Landing switch like that, that's really hard. And then boosting that switch method, that's even harder. Into the cap 10, landing a little bit low, carrying speed very well for a frontside 9, grabbing tail. You don't do McTwist like that.
Who looks better
don't do that.
than that in the air? One of the most stylish McTwists you'll ever see, and he's unmistakable in the air. Is that neon?
I don't know what color that is.
It's like glow in the dark is what I call that
yellow,
color.
yeah. Look at this backside 360. Not only does he do these weird, awkward, difficult tricks, but he has great grabs. He makes it look so easy. He makes it look like anybody could just go out there and do a big old backside 360 when that is actually one of the most terrifying things to do above a 22-foot half pipe.
Somebody got an amazing shot on their iPhone right there.
That switch method, straight to the gram.
But again, the challenge comes, how do you judge this? Because it's so much different. It's such a different approach, a unique line compared to everyone else. It pleases the eye. I guess we'll see right here, right now. Run number 1, 83.66 for Danny Davis, putting him up into second place early here in this contest. More from the Monster Energy Men's Snowboard SuperPipe when we return. Love that, just grabbing the fans' perspective from their iPhones. We are in the midst of run 1 here at the Monster Energy Men's Snowboard SuperPipe. Yuto Tatsuka coming correct in his Aspen debut, Craig.
Heater of a score, 90, run 1 of 3. His Japanese teammate here, Katayama, shares the love for amplitude.
And we also can't forget Ayumu Hirano, unfortunately injured, our defending gold medalist. Simply put, he put together the best pipe run we've ever seen before.
My eyes are still burning.
It's a shame that he's not out here, but we'll see what Raibu Katayama's got for his first attempt.
Left foot forward, taking that first wall as such. Frontside 900. Boosting. Oh! Going front 14. He's confused as to why he didn't land it. I'm as confused as to why you would do a front side 1440 in the middle of your run.
In the middle of the run, Craig.
Very nonchalant, too, because backside 9 is set up for it. He didn't really land it that good, but I don't know how he generated that much acceleration. Look at
this. Raibu saying, you know what? I'm not like other guys.
I'm different.
A 14 attempt in the middle of the run. And he was almost there. What went wrong?
Just lack of rotation. I mean, you're doing 4 full 360s above this 22-foot super pipe. You need a lot of English on that thing.
There we see Toby Miller. He's getting ready to drop. But before we do that, let's learn more about this 18-year-old and his athlete profile.
Fear really isn't a factor. It's really weird. You know, when you're learning tricks, you're nervous, you're scared of something. But when it comes down to that final, and you know, especially X Games, everyone's down here, the crowd, everyone's cheering, all that fear kind of goes away. You know, you want to do everything in your power to get on top of that podium. You know, whatever it takes, you don't even think about. That's what you're doing. Last year was my first X Games. You know, I was second alternate coming in, and I put down a run I never put down. I landed the frontside double cork 1440 for the first time in contest for me. It was a huge monument in my snowboarding, and I consider this the Super Bowl of snowboarding. You know, it's the best riders in the world all coming at it. Danny Davis, Yuri Podlachikov. I mean, I grew up watching these guys compete. I never imagined competing against them in the X Games. It's honestly surreal. The next 4 years, I think the level of riding is just going to be where no one ever imagined it to be.
Toby was absolutely terrific in his X Games debut last year. As he said, that frontside double cork 14, very few riders can make that claim. He did it in competition here last year, finished in 5th place, but if you've never watched him ride, sit down and watch, because you're going to enjoy what the future of snowboarding looks like.
And the future of snowboarding is humble. I love how he said in that profile piece, it's so cool to ride with Danny Davis and Yuri Podlachikov. Well, Toby Miller isn't just riding with them, he is putting the fire on their heels.
Well said.
Miller time right here.
Left foot forward, front 10 double. Cap 10 double. Frontside 900, grabbing tail. Whoa! Hang on, Toby! Frontside 1080. Now, this is just a good old-fashioned scramble play here from Toby Miller. This is an outside of the pocket pass.
Protection is broken down.
Yep. They wanted to go screenplay here, and Toby Miller says, no, maybe I'm just going to run this one here. that final hit of the half pipe, he knew he had already done a frontside 900. Can't do two of the same tricks in a row. I mean, you physically can, but you want to do something different if you actually want to get a good score. So he muscles around a frontside 1080.
And how about the credential flare off the hip?
Reminiscent of a Louis Vito.
Yeah, he loved to do that.
Yeah.
But the air awareness and to be able to actually find that balance, certainly not what he was looking for, 68.33, but my goodness.
If he didn't do that frontside 1080 and just kept it at a front 9, he'd probably be at a 50.
Dropping Jake Pace.
Run one here of the Monster Energy Men's Snowboard SuperPipe. Yuto Tatsuka leading the way with that 90. Danny Davis right behind him, but dropping now Jake Pates, making his third X Games appearance.
Jake Pates, right foot forward. Only two goofy riders in this field, Yuri Pavlachikov and Jake Pates.
Round number 1.
Okay. Are backside doubles just a thing now? Is that what like people are doing?
We're doing this now.
Okay. Starting things off, back to back to back doubles in the frontside 900. Double Michael Chuck Indy. You don't need a half pipe wall if you're just going to land flat, Jake. That was crazy. That double Michael Chuck was so well done. And he landed at the very bottom. I don't know how he hung on to that thing.
Without a doubt, Craig, the best run I think we've seen from Jake Pates here in Aspen.
I mean, there's something about the atmosphere, the adrenaline under the lights. It's the X Games Monster SuperPipe final. Crazy things happen.
A lot of Jake Pates fans out there, of course, from Eagle, Colorado. And a lot to like about this first attempt.
Question is, will it rival the 90 from Tatsuka, who is currently sitting in that #1 spot? It does not. It puts him in third there, Brando.
80.66, putting him up in the third place. Our big Monday matchup comes to you from South Bend. Zion Williamson and #2 Duke take on Notre Dame at 7 p.m. Eastern on ESPN and the ESPN app. Duke's won 4 in a row against the Irish, by the way. That's on ESPN and streaming live, once again, on that ESPN app.
You can watch that app anywhere, hey?
Anywhere.
It's cool.
Ben Ferguson, a guy you highlighted off the top, cut in that mold of Danny Davis, does things a little bit differently. Style for miles. Here's Ben Ferguson's first run.
Watch how he starts this. Doesn't ollie into the pipe, starts in the pipe with a massive alley-oop. Scoop. Wow, okay. Okay, Ben Ferguson. That was such a cool way to start the run here. Double crippler midway through. Make sure the Bucky's still on. Into the backside 360, we saw Danny Davis do that. And a switch McTwist, are you kidding me?
This is exactly what we saw from Ben last year, if you remember, on his way to a bronze medal. We talked about the talent and the potential and the style, and it all seemed to come together at X Games Aspen last year, and it's just more of the same out here tonight.
I love the direction that half-pipe riding is going. For a little while there, it was all about who can just do as many doubles back to back to back to back, who can do as many 1080s back to back to back. Now, it's who can do those tricks, yes, but you need switch, you need technical, you need uniqueness, and Ben Ferguson always brings that.
Judges taking their time on this one.
My favorite thing about watching Ben Ferguson, and for that matter, Danny Davis ride with a 3-run final, you'll most likely see 3 different runs.
66.66, a lot of sixes, puts him into 6th place. So, a little interesting score there for Ben Ferg. But of course, he gets 2 more attempts here.
The only thing I could take away from that was just amplitude, really.
Sure. Scotty James, a gold medal in 2017, a silver medal in 2018. He's putting his boxing gloves on. Simply put, no one better and more consistent on the men's side in the pipe than Scotty James.
Wow! switchback 10 into a backside 1260. We talk about doing switch, especially that switch heel side edge up this 22-foot half pipe. That's tough to hold. And then do a 1080 out of that. That is even tougher.
Uncharacteristic fall right out the gate from Scotty James. If you remember, he won gold back in 2017 off of his first run, which was the first run of the contest, and then never looked back. Last year, he had arguably the second best run in pipe history and had to settle for silver. And that becomes a throwaway for Scotty James on run number 1. Attempts number 2 when we return. Yuto Tatsuka leading the way.
In all 3 runs, but so much different bag, you know, like they're just picking it out, and they all got insane tricks, technical, unique, and I don't know. I think he's going to go into 3rd or 2nd right here. It was an unbelievable run. What do you guys think?
They're making us wait on this one.
Judges taking their time with that. Usually a positive sign. Jake Pates is sitting in 3rd place, 80.66. Not enough to bump him, though, 79.33. Dare I say, though, now with a healthy Danny Davis back in the field, iPod out here, this may be the most eclectic roster we've ever had in SuperPipe.
I could not agree with that statement more.
Yuri Podlochkov, all the accolades under the sun, front end double.
Wardrobe, what do you think?
What's the material of the jacket?
You know what? I've been asking myself that all week. Montclair, you gotta, it's really exciting, you know, have a snowboarder on Montclair, you gotta wonder, but we're happy. Good for you, Yuri. This guy is an unbelievable transition snowboarder. He got absolutely KO'd here last year, pre-Olympics. Didn't get to go to the Olympics. To see him out here with a healthy head is making me happy.
You know that as well as anybody. After a major injury, in your case, multiple times, the first time you strap it up for a contest of this magnitude, it's never easy.
No, there's a lot of fear factor to it, and if you experience something so painful or so traumatizing, to get it back up there is saying something. And people that support us is the only reason we're back up there, and I'm sure Yuri's feeling the support tonight. Let's go, Danny Davis.
Traveling Dan, a guy you know very well, sitting in 2nd place right now with that 83.66. As Craig has said, every time he drops into this pipe 3-attempt format, you see 3 completely different runs.
Every time. Danny is.
He says, sorry,
did he not get the trap? Oh, is
gotta buckle up.
Not strapped in.
Buckle up.
Click it or ticket.
Look at this field. 10 athletes, 12 combined medals, the most iPod, 4, but none of them gold. The youngest athlete, Yuto at 17, our current leader, and sitting in 2nd place, this young man at 30, our oldest rider in the field.
Look at how he starts this thing.
Wow.
Okay. Switch backside 3. We saw him do a beast of a backside 3 in run 1. Does it switch in run 2? And
yes.
It's almost, you almost want to see him fall because it's just free-form jazz after that.
He makes everybody want to go snowboarding. Switch hand plant. Count it. He's a master of hand plants. The guy makes snowboarding look more fun than anybody on this earth.
Here's a look at that big McTwist. And such a weird way to fall. He kind of landed face down, but skirts out on the heels.
So not the run Danny was looking for. Mark, I can't thank you enough for coming by the booth. I know you got a lot going on, man, but we appreciate it. Congratulations again on that gold medal performance yesterday.
Thank you so much, Brandon. It's been a pleasure being in here with you guys.
The pleasure is all ours.
Pleasure's all on this side of the table, my friend. Thanks, Mark.
Sayonara.
So Tatsuka still leading the way, but here's Raibu Katayama getting ready to drop in.
Katayama, he is not scared of going absolutely massive. and this 22-foot super pipe lends itself to that. Frontside 900. Backside 900 here. Here's where he's going to go frontside 1440 if he keeps the same run as run 1. He does, and he stops. Are you kidding me? Back to back. Oh no! Oh no! He says oh no. He says oh no. Little snow squirrel there. Grab the edge.
Let me ask you this: if he lands this run and obviously gets that last hit in, what are we talking score-wise? Just between you and I.
Hey, just between a couple buddies.
Off. Just tell me.
Yeah, maybe I'm thinking he does something like that. They go and give him something like a 95, maybe a 94. He walks away with the next game's gold medal. Don't worry about it.
Hey, don't worry about it. Now 53.33 for Raibu. Ooh, he's got one more run though on this pipe. Well, we're in the middle of run number 2 here at the Men's Energy Snowboard SuperPipe, and there you see Ben Ferguson. The guy loves the outdoors, on the snow and off of it. Let's hear more from him in this Wendy's Athlete Profile.
Welcome everybody to the Road to X Games. I'm your host Jack Matrani, and we're currently in Bend, Oregon, population 94,520, give or take, to link up with the 2-time Snowboard SuperPipe X Games medalist, Ben Ferguson, to get to know him a little bit more and see how he's getting ready for X Games Aspen 2019.
Who's more creative in the pipe right now than Ben Ferguson?
The answer is no one.
So what's like a day in the life in Bend, Oregon for Ben Ferguson?
I don't know, man. We could go mountain biking. We can go fishing.
Both of those sound incredible.
Should we do that?
Let's do it.
Let's go fishing.
All right. So what got you into fly fishing in the first place?
My grandpa got me into it, man. I always really liked fishing. He took me out for my first time and then got me my first fly rod when I was a little older and took me out the next day, and then it's been a good way to pass some time ever since.
What is success to you in snowboarding? Is it medals? Is it landing new tricks? Is it respect from the industry?
I don't know, man. I don't know exactly what success is. You could mark success down as the most medals or whatever, but I think as long as you're doing it the way you want to do it and having fun, I think you got your success right there.
Well, best of luck to you out in Aspen. I hope you take home your first gold medal this winter, and I hope you have a lot better luck than we're having right now. This has been awesome. Thanks, man. See you in Aspen. Later.
Middle of run number 2 here at Men's Energy, Monster Energy Men's Snowboard SuperPipe. More when we return. Live look at the rider tent here at X Games Aspen. Run number 2 of the Monster Energy Men's Snowboard SuperPipe going down right now. Brandon Graham alongside the pro, Canadian heartthrob Craig McMorris. And it's Yuto Tatsuka still leading the way, but will his fellow teenager have something to say about that? Toby Miller dropping in for his second attempt.
Toby's got the tricks. Does he have the execution? We will have to wait and see on the second of 3 runs. 10-man field. They each descend this half pipe 3 times. Best score counts. That best score currently 90 from Japan's Yuto Tatsuka.
Toby has great riders in his corner, obviously close to Sean White, coached by JJ Thomas, and you see there the influence.
Go big, do really hard tricks. It's actually not that hard. If you want to figure it out, it's just hard to do. Frontside 900, landing a little bit deep there for Toby Miller. This is going to be a throwaway run. I don't see it beating his current best score of 68.33. Frontside 1080. Now, the only thing I can really take away from Toby Miller in that first run, it's all frontside rotation on the looker's left, rider's right of the half pipe. They want to see you mix it up. They want to see you have a unique line. If you're spinning frontside the same wall every single time, it's going to hurt that final score.
Now, we've been talking a lot about Scotty James and his contest prowess, and rightfully so. It should be noted, though, especially this season, Toby Miller has been knocking on the door. He's really pushed Scotty in previous contests earlier this season.
As well as this young man right here, Brando.
Jake Pates, 20 years old, made his Aspen debut last year and really seemed to be shot out of a cannon last winter. Amazing podium finishes, everything that he did, even got onto the Olympic team. And here he sits in his second X Games Aspen appearance.
Talk about all those accolades he got last year. What that does is build you a good base. Gives you confidence. You know you can hang with the best. Jake Bates, one of the best backside double 12s you possibly could do. But again, another fall, and I don't blame anybody. We're seeing some of the most technically difficult runs we have ever seen. A couple of years ago, maybe one or two guys in the field were doing backside doubles, maybe putting a 1440 in there. Now, almost the entirety of the field has a backside double of 1440 or double 1260 of some sort. Just like the slopestyle and big air side, half pipe, the progression is exponential over the past couple of years. And I know the definition for exponential doesn't even go close to what I said, but I said it anyway.
Just say words and I will nod our heads. So Pates will hold on to his first run score and stay in third place. Our big Monday matchup comes to you from South Bend. Zion and RJ Barrett, number 2 Duke, take on the Fighting Irish at 7 p.m. Eastern on ESPN and the ESPN app. I know you love that app.
I love that app.
Everywhere.
And I love that matchup, man.
Hey, you're a big Duke guy.
I am.
Ben Ferg, the Bend, Oregon native, sitting in 7th place. You see his girlfriend out there. I think we were both a little puzzled by that score.
It was such a unique thing, but I just think he can clean up the amplitude. He really, really can. The way he starts that run, big alley-oop, unique, creative, so solid in almost any kind of terrain, Ben Ferguson. Cab double, landing there, coming in left foot forward, double crippler here, and the amplitude has been increased in run 2. Big backside 360, kind of a double poke here, and that switch McTwist. How do you do that?
And Ben Ferguson, such a well-rounded rider. In addition to this contest, of course, he and Sage Kotzenberg and Red Gerard are working on that film project, that World of X Games, coming out next fall.
Joy, the title of the film, so next fall, take a look for it. Filmed and edited by Tyler Orton, and they're going to have a lot of creative riding, a lot of backcountry.
Can't wait for that.
Big lines, too. Ben Ferguson, run number 2. Can he beat that 66.66? I think he's got to. I mean, that run was just much bigger.
And again, just like run number 1, I don't think anyone sits there at the base of the pipe after their run longer than Ben Ferguson. He perplexes the judges.
I mean, they got to go back, make sure you didn't miss anything that was switch, or, you know, he has a way of doing switch tricks to be looking like they're regular.
So he improves upon that score, climbs back up into 6th place. Interesting to see what he'll do on his 3rd and final attempt. So here's Scotty James. Checking out the gram. One of the best things about being away from home for my job is that I'm reminded every day just how much I love the place I come from. Happy Australia Day, legends. Let's do this X Games. I believe it was Australia Day yesterday. Scotty James trying to put that run down we all expect from him here on attempt number 2.
Okay, switch backside 1080. How? And if he goes backside 12 here, which he attempts and stops. Okay, those are 2 absolutely mind-melting tricks. Cab 10. Frontside double. Oh my, okay, that's really hard to do.
The game has changed.
Scotty James in run 1 fell on the backside 12, but we saw the tip of the iceberg. That switch back 10 double, setting into a backside double 12. How? We just saw the tip of the iceberg. We didn't know he was going to go double and double and double and double the entirety of the way down the pipe.
Craig, we said it last year. If not for Ayumu Hirano, he may have had the best single run in pipe history. And look at that shot, as he will assuredly take over first place.
You would just be absolutely crazy if you didn't give him first place here. Front 12 double to end a mind-melting run. Ozzy came to fight today.
Stomping out that run number 2, a 94. The Aussie struck SuperPipe gold at X Games Aspen 2017. He scored a near-perfect 98 in Aspen 2018, but had to settle for silver. He owns 3 medals. Gold is all he wants. James is ready for a fight.
What's up, everybody? Jack Matrani here with special guest
Scotty Lego.
And we're going to take you for a closer look at this 22-foot tall, 575-foot long super pipe. You ready, Scotty?
Let's do it.
Let's drop it. Woo.
I feel like it's kind of hard to put it in perspective. I feel like you just have to be here at the top and look down, or be at the bottom and look up.
Later. Uh-oh. I know! See, now that puts it into perspective. See how tiny he looks? The next time you're looking at a building, look at the second story. That's how tall the super pipe is. And then look up 2 more stories. That's how high they're going out of the super pipe. 40 feet off the ground. All right, to end the night, we're going down the super pipe, sled style.
Oh, Lord.
That was a rush. Thank you guys for tuning into the super pipe preview. I gotta go warm up this beard.
Scotty, don't! Jack and Scotty are always on their iPhones. That's what I call a course preview. Welcome back to the Monster Energy Men's Snowboard SuperPipe. Scotty James just, well, he set this pipe ablaze with his run 2, Craig.
A 94, followed by a 90 from Japan's Tatsuka, and then Danny Davis, the American, sitting in third with an 83.66. This podium right here looks pretty impenetrable.
And not only that, you want to talk about just differentiating styles and storylines, this podium we have right now.
It's a very eclectic cast in this final.
I'm so glad I taught you that word during the commercial break.
Actually, I actually learned it in my slam poetry class I had just a week ago.
Run number 3 time. Pat Bergner trying to replace that 38.33. Hasn't been his night so far. It's his 3rd X Games appearance. His first time in Aspen, though, since 2017.
What it does to you mentally when you see somebody go absolutely ham in the pipe, like we saw Scotty James, it fires you up. It makes you want to go bigger. And maybe I'm not going to toss a 1440 double, but what I am going to do is make the run that I can do as best it possibly can. Oh!
And Bergner hits the deck hard there. And we see him popping up quick, putting his arms up, actually blowing kisses to this buttermilk crowd.
Now in run 2, when we had Mark McMorris in the booth, my younger brother, we both commented on the fact that he fell on this backside double and was very, very, very close to the lip. Here, he gets even closer, and that high-impact area claims the best of Pat Bergner. But what a solid rider and what a solid showing. Always love watching him on the board.
Not only great on the board, a great musician as well.
He's got an AP out right now, doesn't he?
The Route.
Wow.
Released March of last year. So look at X Games rookie medalists thus far. Could Yuto be joining them here tonight? It's been a wonderful year for debuts here at X Games Aspen.
That 90 that Yuto is currently holding second place with was very well deserved. Can he beat that though? I don't know. I want him to prove me wrong. Frontside 5, that backside 900, double 1440. So he's got that 1440. But what I wanted to see was maybe bump that frontside 540 up at the top to something with a little bit more technicality, or just go much, much bigger on that 540. If you're gonna do a simpler trick, you gotta boost it.
Question.
Answer.
So Scotty James has a commanding lead with that 94. Tatsuka came out of the gate swinging with that 90. Now that he goes down on his third run, it's so wide open, but I'm just curious who you envision catching Scotty given his trick prowess. I feel like it's almost gonna have to come from a guy like a Danny or a Ben Ferg who's just so out of the box that the judges would be blown away at the most unique line they've ever seen. Because I think trick for trick, I don't know who's catching Scotty James.
Well, we really haven't seen the rest of Raibu's run. Raibu Katayama has fallen on both of his runs, but that iceberg technique, we've seen hints, we've seen glimmers of something great.
So here's Chase Josie, who put it together on run number 2. Good enough for 79.33. He sits in 5th place. Jake Pates in front of him, and Danny Davis still clinging to that bronze medal position at 83.66.
Jake Pates dropping in switch frontside front 40. Switch double Michael Chuck. Okay, ups the tech very, very hard. Cab 10, frontside 900. 2 double Michael Chucks in 1 run. That was a very, very solid. So in runs 1 and 2, Chase Josie was doing cap 5 into a switch Michael Chuck. What does he do in run 3? Switch double Michael Chuck. How do you do that? How do you not start rotating out of that?
You're asking me?
I'm asking Chase Josie here because that is a great look at it.
What a run. So improving upon what we saw from attempt number 2, but where does that put him score-wise? As we said before, Danny Davis about 4 points ahead of him right now in that 3rd place spot.
I don't think it touches the 90 from Tatsuka, but I believe that's going to surpass Danny Davis.
What a shot right there.
Double Michael Chuck right at the end. Good full pull from Chase Josie.
82.66, not enough to edge out Danny Davis for 3rd place, but does bump up into 4th place. His night is done, but an impressive showing. He got better each run. That's all you can ask for. Good showing from Chase Josie. If you're enjoying this, you're gonna love X Games Minneapolis going down August 1st through the 4th. Tickets on sale now, Craig.
Have you bought yours?
I think I might have to.
I bought mine.
Before the night is done. Hey, there's a jack of all trades right there.
That was probably one of the silliest dad jokes I've ever heard, but your dad, it's okay.
Our fearless leader, Jack Matrani, working out here in Aspen.
This is our 2nd time back at the X Games. Thank you, everybody, for having us back.
What a show from the Chainsmokers last night on the Geico Music stage. There was fire and music and magic and screaming. You were there.
I was there, and I've been at the Geico Music stage all weekend long. Some amazing performances.
We're in the middle of an amazing performance of our own from that guy right there, headlining this group, Scotty James. He's in 1st place here at the Monster Energy Men's Snowboard SuperPipe. put down this ridiculous 94. We don't know who's going to touch that, but if there's one guy who can, it's Yuri Podlachikov. iPod, 3 silver medals, 1 bronze. He's never won this event. Is this the year that changes?
Well, if you're going to do it, you got to do it now, iPod. Third and final run. Boosty method. Front 10 double truck driver grabbing front and backhand. And cap 10 up into the front side 900. Ooh, and just, not getting the right snap on his backside wall and having to just throw the parachute out there, looking for something maybe back 12 double-ish.
Take another look. Disappointing again. So it's just, there's nothing more to say. It is as graceful and beautiful display of snowboarding as you'll see anywhere.
I mean, Yuri Podlachikov is inspired by so many things, a lot of art, a lot of photography, and he transfers that into his riding. He wants to be clean, he wants to be stylish, and he was that up top. He just didn't have the takeoff on that backside 12 at the bottom. You have to commend him for being out here after that violent crash in 2018 to even come back to the SuperPipe and put your name in contention. That requires a lot of guts.
Well said, partner. So a tough one for Yuri. He'll hold on to that run 2 score. And something tells me he'll be all right. So Podlachikov will not be jumping onto the podium. Speaking of podiums, sitting in 3rd place, Danny Davis.
83.66 is what he's currently sitting with.
Now, you know Danny very well. What is the track he is putting on right now for this 3rd and final run?
It's a great question. Something rootsy,
yeah,
I would feel.
Yeah.
Maybe just like Fish.
Just a 38-minute jam track?
Yeah, exploratory jam session by Fish. Doesn't have a label of a name really, it's just a time period they were in.
So here's Danny Davis's 3rd and final run. He's sitting in bronze medal position.
Left foot forward, big backside 360 to start things off. Oh my good word, a Pop-Tart! Switch Pop-Tart from Danny Davis into that McTwist. Frontside 10 double cork, which is actually not Danny's favorite double cork, into the cab 10. So, as we mentioned off the top of the show, Danny Davis has 3 runs in this final. We will see 3 different runs from Danny Davis, just like the music that inspires him. It's all just feeling, it's all just going with it.
I mean, just right out the gate.
Switch Pop-Tart 15 feet above this 22-foot half pipe. How do you think of things like that?
Well, I think he can give us that answer as well as tell us what he was listening to on that run. Because the 3rd member of our team, DC, is down there on the pipe with him. We're going to get to you in just a second, DC, because we want to see this score really quick. 65.33, so not enough to bump him up. 3rd place is where he will stay. Let's head down to DC, who's with Danny.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, hanging out here with 2-time SuperPipe gold medalist here at X Games, Danny Davis, who also highest error of the night with a 15-foot 1-inch error on that McTwist, Danny. Inquiring minds want to know, mainly my friends in the booth, what are you listening to tonight?
Right now, I got Madam Marge's playlist from Spotify. I'm listening to some Shaka Khan, Get Down and Boogie.
Getting down and boogie, that's exactly what you got going on. And you boogied on that first run up there tonight with that 83.66. Got you in bronze medal position right now, but such a beautiful run. Take us through the emotions.
Man, this thing's been a little bit challenging this week for me to get used to, so I was just trying to be smooth, have fun, go high, and watch some of my friends land some runs, so it's been super fun.
Well, it's been super fun watching you put down some amazing runs. Danny Davis, ladies and gentlemen.
Shaka Khan did not see that coming.
Didn't see that coming. That blindsided me. I don't know if I'm going to be able to continue, to be honest.
So Scotty James still leading the way with that 94. But Raibu Katayama, this is the guy you think, Craig, if he can put it together, might challenge not only for a podium, but that top spot overall.
That's the guy. Katayama starting with a lot of speed. Look at him jump into that drop-in. Frontside 1440 in the middle of his run. Frontside 900, boosting. Here's this backside 900. Into the frontside double 1440. He's got to get going though, and he does. Cab 10. Yep. So the furthest we've seen Katayama go, and he goes front 12 double. Oh! Wow. You have to put your hands over your mouth in disbelief, because I thought he was riding away from that front 12 double, and so did he. You can't really get much closer than that.
I was about to say yes, and then I said no. Just about put it together, Craig.
Frontside 9, back 9, double 1440 on that third hit. The only thing I can take away from him, like Toby Miller, they're going frontside, frontside, frontside. All frontside rotations on that looker's left, rider's right, half pipe wall, but still frontside 1440 and frontside 1260, very technical. So Katayama, very, very good showing. Was that close, but that'll be his night.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Want to remind you fans, our big Monday night game comes to you from South Bend. Zion and RJ Barrett, number 2 Duke, taking on the Fighting Irish at 7 p.m. Eastern on ESPN and the ESPN app. Tough one for Raibu, but we turn our attention to the Mammoth Lakes native, Toby Miller. Has not had a full pull yet, but we know he has the tricks. Can he stand and deliver when it matters most?
My question is he going to switch up that run? All frontside rotations on the looker's left wall like we saw Katayama do. Will Toby Miller switch it up and get maybe more reward for a unique line?
He is completely zoned in. Toby Miller's third and final run.
Frontside 1080, setting the tone into that cab 1080. So frontside 900 here and losing amplitude, but committing to that backside double, which I really didn't think he was going to do there. I thought he kind of lost the edge in the flat bottom, but still goes for it.
Yeah, really nice opener, but as you saw, just that slight bobble on the landing affected everything else for the rest of this run.
You saw it right there, just before the takeoff. And when you lose your edge like that, it takes, well, nothing short of a miracle to get it back and then boost up the other side of the wall. So Toby Miller shouldn't hang his head. Great showing, and we're going to see a lot more of this young man in the future, Brando.
Yeah, tough night for Toby Miller. Came in with so much promise. Obviously, he has a ton of potential and will be on plenty of podiums in the future, but not what he was looking for. Danny Davis currently in that bronze medal position. Yuto in silver. Who's going to catch Scotty James currently in the top spot? Welcome back to X Games Aspen. It's our 4th and final night. The fans have invaded Buttermilk for one of the best events of the year.
And they have been entertained in that sponsors village. Wow.
Yeah, a lot going on over there, but very little standing real estate available here at the base of the pipe as we bring you the 3rd and final runs of the Monster Energy Men's Snowboard SuperPipe. Our current leader looking for his 2nd X Games gold medal, Scotty James, putting on those boxing gloves for that last knockout punch, Craig.
We are about to ring the bell on this 3rd and final run. First, Jake Pates.
Jake Pates sitting in 5th place. Had a strong 80.66. Thought that might be a podium run early, but he's on the outside looking in right now.
This is where champions are made. Scotty James, guaranteed a medal. What color it will be falls in the hands of this young man right here, right foot forward, Jake Pates dropping in. Backside double 12, grabbing tail on that. The cleanest landing we've seen him put on that so far tonight. Cap 10 double right there into the front side 900, losing a bit of amplitude, needs to bump it up with the double Michael Chuck. And he does that, puts his hands up because he knows it's a full poke.
Jake Pates needed a run like this, Craig.
He did. The question is, will it catch Danny Davis? Danny Davis holds the bronze medal position, 83.66. Does Jake Pates touch that? It's going to be close. The only thing I can really take away is the lack of amplitude as Jake Pates descended the pipe. That double Michael Chuck, you can see him not really getting the grab there, but we'll have to wait and see.
See our current leader looking on. An 81, so he does improve upon that score, but not enough to climb up the leaderboard. 5th place is where he will stay. Ben Ferguson. This is the last rider that can potentially invade this podium and knock out Scotty James out of the top spot.
I love the way Ben Ferguson starts this run. Everybody's using those drop-ins. He starts, carves up the wall, surf-inspired, smacks the lip, if you will. Big old alley-oop. Switch and grabs up midway through that rotation. Big old 720 for this Cap 1080 double cork. Yes, sir.
That's pretty.
Double crippler here, so not changing things up from runs 1 and 2. Backside 360, wants to pump up the amplitude on the switch McTwist. I can't believe I'm saying that.
Whoa.
Because a switch McTwist at all, even negative amplitude would be insane, let alone doing it above a 22-foot half pipe. I don't think that is going to touch Scotty James, though. Great showing from Ben Ferguson. Big old alley-oop right here. And when we say alley-oop, he spins up the pipe. So he spins to the left when he's traveling to the right. Alley-oop, we like to call that. And a cab, double cork 1080, 2 flips, 3 full rotations there. Ben Ferguson just went to work tonight, didn't he? He had a run in mind, and he did that all 3 times and improved upon it all 3 times.
Will it be a victory lap for Scotty James? Yes, it will. A 79.33 for Ben Ferguson. Good enough for 6th place. And with that, Scotty James is guaranteed his 2nd X Games gold medal. What a moment for Scotty James.
Doesn't that warm your heart? 2017 X Games gold medalist. 2018 does a run that we almost believe could not be beat, but Ayumu Hirano does.
Don't go anywhere yet, Scotty.
And then in 2019, Scotty gets redemption with that gold. Now we have a bit of an issue here. So brother has the flag up top, but will Scotty James?
He's contemplating it.
Does he go back up or does he just drop?
And he's
going for it.
He's going for it. Scotty James gets to hold the gold, feel that steel. And what's he got here? Showing some love to the fans at Buttermilk. This is what I call a victory lap.
That is a thing of beauty. Scotty James always takes the time to say hi, always takes the time for a photo, and takes the time on his victory lap on both sides. What a stand-up gentleman.
We say it all the time. Is there a nicer young man than Scotty James?
Well, I mean, I've never seen a victory lap like this. Yeah, maybe you'll get a couple high fives on one side, but he is going back and forth, making everybody feel loved, because he has to feel some love right now.
He's such a great ambassador for snowboarding. So patriotic about his country, Australia. He says, when I win, they win. Aussie Scotty James wins his 4th X Games medal, his 2nd gold medal, and there is no one better in the pipe than Scotty James.
Scotty James Congratulations, your 4th X Games medal, 2nd X Games gold medal. You've podiumed here the 4 years in a row now in Aspen. What is it that keeps you going and keeps you so on top of your game?
Well, I'd like to start off by thanking Aspen and everyone that came here tonight. You guys are the best. You make our job so easy, and it's awesome to come out here and enjoy it. But man, honestly, like, I came in tonight and everyone's riding so well, and I didn't expect anything, and to come out with a victory lap at the end is just a dream come true. To have X Games medals, I'm just so grateful.
And with Australia Day just being yesterday back home, your brother Sean up there holding the flag up, you came down quite the victory lap with the high fiving of all the fans. What do you want to say to all the supporters you have that are here and watching back home as well?
Oh man, you know, huge shout out back home to everyone in Australia. Huge message from the kid from Warrandyte. I've said it so many times, and I had a dream, and everyone back home, and my brother up at the top, and James, and my family's here as well. I'm not sure where they are, but everyone just believed in me, and I surrounded myself with like-minded people, and Australia got behind me, and so did Aspen, so did America, and everyone else. So thank you.
Congratulations, Scotty.
Thanks, man.
What a performance from Scotty James. He is in a zone right now. We said it last year as you see our podium. That 98 overall was only good for silver last year, but he reigned supreme here in 2019.
And Tatsuka in that silver medal position, and Danny Davis earning bronze. Brandon, what a showing, an eclectic podium.
I love it. First medal for Danny Davis, by the way, since back-to-back gold in 2014 and 2015. And Yuto Tatsuka in his X Games debut earning silver.
What a fun event to call. We hope you folks at home had as much fun watching it as we had.
Still a lot to go, including snow bike best trick and Harley Davidson snow hill climb. Tonight in the pipe, it's all about Scotty James and the gold medal.